Yep, it's me again. They hate me, that's why they give a fuck about me at the same time as always. I am your host, JD Miles. The MGTOWs they love to hate, even the ones that claim everybody loves to hate them, loves to hate MGTOW at the same time as always, which is why they keep us relevant to this day, and I'm back again. For today's topic of discussion, woman cheats on her husband, contracted an STD, and keep it hidden from her husband. Yes, that's a long title, which of course it might not be the same. But what's even more fucked up, you got Angela Yee trying to encourage her to keep this information withheld. She's literally telling the caller to withhold information from her husband without even considering the ramifications of doing this type of thing. And I'm going to say this ahead in advance. If you have an STD, and you willingly withhold that information from your partner or spouse, then yes, you could be, that's a criminal charge. But it could go either way. Either the person that you withheld it from, if they find out, can either sue your ass, or worse, you can face jail time. But Angela Yee here, don't tell her this. In fact, she encourages her to be deceitful. But let's stop let me stop babbling. Shout out to Jesus Ed, host of the Coffee Pot. I'll leave the link to the full video in the description box. You can go check it out, see for yourself. But let's get down to business, shall we?
You want to tell me a secret?
Okay, so I was out day drinking a couple months ago and hooked up with this guy. Ended up getting an STD. I went and got it cleared up.
Hold on. We're going to have to listen to that one more time. Did she say I caught an Hold on.
Drink the coffee. It'll make you feel better.
You want to tell me a secret?
Okay, so I was out day drinking a couple months ago and hooked up with this guy. Ended up getting an STD. I went and got it cleared up, but I keep getting it back, which means I gave it to my husband, and now I have to tell him so he can get rid of it so I can get rid of it.
Ooh, what?
What?
STD.
So basically, she was tricking around, caught an STD, gave it to her husband, got cleared, but somehow she keeps getting it from her husband. Hope we're not losing people here. Let's continue.
STD was it?
Trichinonia.
You said chlamydia?
No, trichinonia.
Oh, Okay.
I believe the correct term is trichomoniasis. Yes, and yes, I know it's a big word, but they keep mispronouncing it. It's trichomoniasis, a big word, closely related to chlamydia. But let's continue.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is. It's the first time I've ever heard of it when I got it.
That's borderline. Yeah, it's Dr. Ice here. So I'm going to tell you what, that's some new shit you've been diagnosed with.
Actually, no, it's not new. But for those who actually took health class in both middle and high school, you will know what trichomoniasis is. In fact, during high school, we had to study sexually transmitted diseases, how you could what's your risk and how you could contract it. I mean, the whole 9 yards. So it's clear to see they don't know their own damn selves. That's the reason why they keep mispronouncing the word.
Been diagnosed with trichomoniasis, that's borderline chlamydia. But you also been diagnosed
Trichomoniasis. Come on, get it right. Are you supposed to be a doctor? Come on, man.
with double dipping. You heard, but we not here to judge you though. Honestly, we not here to. Hell yeah, we are.
Shit. Speak for yourself. Y'all, yeah. Y'all don't judge over there. We do.
Judge, you know what I'm saying? But how do you, who do you feel in your heart you got it from? Like,
It had to be that day drinking guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the day drinking guy.
Do you have that guy's number? Is there a way to contact him or no?
I don't have his number. I mean, if I see his face, I can recognize him, but...
Oh my God. Really, woman? You don't know the guy's name. You don't have his number. You don't have his way of contact. The only thing you do have is how he looks like. So basically, you'll just let any man hit it. You just let any man hit it, regardless. Damn, you are nasty as fuck.
But it was really just a random on a bad day.
How are you gonna tell your husband?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna tell him because like I keep coming back, so I have to tell him. I'm just gonna tell him that I got.
You better tell your husband this shit. Because one thing I know about trichomoniasis is that if you do not tell them, and if it's left untreated, it could get even worse. Such as it could get so worse that trichomoniasis can actually evolve to HIV. Bet y'all didn't know this. If left untreated. And furthermore, if you don't tell them that you gave him that disease, guess what? You're in trouble. Keep in mind, people are getting locked up because they withhold information from their spouses, their partners, about them having a sexually transmitted disease. Need I remind people of that? So the more she keeps holding back this information from him, it's going to be bad for her. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
STD, and that I need him to go get tested so that I can get rid of it.
Maybe you should tell him it was dormant, and then
you gotta tell him though. Maybe you should.
Angela, you shut your dumb ass up. Oh, maybe you should tell him that it's dormant. First off, Angela Yee, we all know your ass is not a doctor, so who are you to give out an analysis on how to treat shit? And no, trichomoniasis, there's no proof that trichomoniasis can be a dormant disease. If you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. But let's continue.
You should tell him it was dormant. She's married. Doesn't know who was buzzing the cheeks. Fast, not slow. Gave her an STD. Can't remember the face of the guy, so it's multiple men who she was letting hit. Keeps coming back. Probably because she's been intimate with her husband because she feels guilty. And this is just effed up.
Straight up.
Because that's what they said. They were like, you could have had it for a long time. I mean, I've only been married for a year and a half, but that's a long time.
That is false. And again, there's no scientific proof that any STDs such as trichomoniasis, chlamydia, or any other STD can be dormant. Come on. Around here, we do our thorough research and investigations here. So what they're saying is absolute bullshit. And yes, I do feel bad for the ones that sit there and believe that bullshit. But let's continue.
Time for something to be dormant.
Oh, okay. I just did some research for you, right? How can you get trichomoniasis, whatever, if no one cheats?
Trichomoniasis.
And it says that you can actually get it through extensive literature. It shows that you can actually get it through towels and toilet seats and from swimming pools.
Angela Yee, shut your dumb, don't know what the fuck you talking about ass up forever. First off, one, you're not stating your sources. And two, your research, once again, is bullshit. You get trichomoniasis by sexual intercourse. That means you gotta be balls deep up in it, unprotected, in order to get trichomoniasis. Now, it's one thing if you have a dirty pool, or you using anything unsanitary around someone who also has it, is one thing. But don't sit here trying to play it off as if, oh, you can get it through other ways besides unprotected sexual intercourse. And the fact that Angela Yee wants to sit there and have her play cover up, this just comes to show people that not everybody has your best interest, and people will sit there and bullshit you into believing something. And yes, you got people wondering why they looking at Angela Yee as more of a problem than a solution. One, she's trying to withhold information. She wants her to withhold this information from her husband. And two, she's trying to come up with each and every retarded fuck-ass excuse in the book to try to cover up this shit. Angela Yee, you are part of the problem. And I'm just being brutally honest about this shit. But let's continue.
I'm even still being honest with myself. I gotta know where it came from, so.
And you need to let him know, because as a man, he ain't going for the toilet seat. I got it from the toilet seat bag, but he ain't having it.
Okay, at least he's making more sense than Angela Yee.
He's definitely not going to believe you when you try to say that.
I don't believe it.
Maybe you should set somebody up to cheat with him. And then...
Are you guys...
Bitch, is you for real? Are you for real, Angela Yee? Okay, maybe you should set him up with someone else to get even. Why? And get that person, and why? Why? So he can transfer that STD to that person too? Angela Yee? Really? Oh, I get it. We all get it, Angela Yee. She should set him up to someone else to get back at her for cheating. Transfer the STD he has to that person. That way they can turn around and blame him. Yeah, I see what Angela Yee is trying to pull here. And need a reminder, Angela Yee is not a doctor. Yet she's trying to give diagnosis, a diagnosed answer. Fellas, be careful of where you get your information from. Especially if it's a radio station that doesn't even have a person that is a licensed doctor or physician. They will tell you anything and everything except for the shit that you need to hear. I mean, this shit is crazy. Let's continue.
You guys listening to this shit?
Yeah.
This right here is crazy. Giving her tips on how to trick her husband into thinking he's the one that did it. This is evil. Way up with Angela Yee. No one's gonna repost this and be like, yo, what's she saying? Wait, let somebody in the male space say some shit like this. Like set her up with your boy.
Oh, it will be a field day. It'll be a field day, Jesus said. No wonder why she's no longer on the Breakfast Club.
Boy, and have her or lie to her, or a conversation viral immediately. Men are such dogs. I can't stand it.
You wouldn't even go for it.
I'm kidding.
No, you're
Hey,
not.
no, look, before
you're
you
not.
leave though, one last thing. Another way you can get that is like having sex without showering. Like say, you and your husband, y'all gotta shower before y'all have sex. You can get trichomonia that way. So maybe you should just tell him like, baby, honestly,
Okay, that's a fact. Before you have sex, wash your fucking ass. Because that's one of the many ways to contract trichomoniasis. But let's continue.
honestly, I think from here on out, we both need to just shower before we have sex, because I got trichomonia and I believe you have it too. So now we need to take this medicine.
Bro, what are you doing? You gotta have a man with pushback on. That's why this show probably,
Go wham.
I don't trust Bezo.
I'm gonna slide it right in there.
Disgusted.
Straight up.
Disgusted. First comment here says, this is wild. Why y'all giving her tips on how to further trick this man into a cold world? And somebody responded back and says, exactly. Here's another person who says that part. Here's another comment that says, raw with a stranger while married is some wild stuff.
And you see, this is why most men don't want to marry. I mean, let's be honest. And some of these women out here, they claim that they want to get married, but they ain't ready for it. And I'm just being brutally honest here. And as I said before, withholding information to your partner or spouse in regards of having an STD can land you into trouble. And yes, you even got some serving light sentences for even serious STDs such as AIDS and HIV. But I'm going to stop it here because let's do an in-depth analysis on trichomoniasis, shall we? What is trichomoniasis and how can it be contracted?
Trichomoniasis is a sexually transmitted infection, STI, caused by the parasite Trichomonas vaginalis *. It is one of the more common STIs and can affect both men and women, though tend to experience symptoms more frequently. Transmission. Trichomoniasis is primarily spread through sexual contact. Here how it can be contracted. 1. Unprotected vaginal sex *. The infection is most commonly transmitted during vaginal intercourse when an infected person has sex without using a condom. The parasite typically infects the lower genital tract in women and the urethra in men. 2. Sexual contact *. Although less common, trichomoniasis can be spread through genital contact, not just intercourse. This could include vulva-to-vulva contact or sharing sex toys without proper cleaning or protection. Symptoms. Symptoms of trichomoniasis can vary, and some individuals may not experience any symptoms at all. When symptoms do occur, they typically include, for women, vaginal discharge that is often greenish-yellow and foul-smelling, itching or irritation in the genital area, discomfort during urination or intercourse. For men, often less symptomatic, but some men may experience irritation inside the penis, mild discharge, or burning after urination or ejaculation. Treatment. Trichomoniasis is treatable with prescribed antibiotics, usually metronidazole or tinidazole. Both partners should be treated simultaneously to prevent reinfection, and sexual activity should be avoided until treatment is completed and symptoms are gone. Preventive measures include using condoms during sexual activity, limiting the number of sexual partners, and ensuring regular STI screenings. Open communication with partners about sexual health is also crucial in preventing the spread of trichomoniasis and other STIs.
Come on. But I'm going to highlight something here. Hey, Angela Yee, where does it say that you could get trichomoniasis through towels, swimming pools, toilet seats? Where does it say that at? Because I don't see it. Which means that your research, Angela Yee, is straight up bullshit and rather misleading. So we know for a fact that you're trying to convince her to cover up the fact that she gave her husband an STD, all because she couldn't keep her legs closed, sleeping around with dudes that she don't even know, that she don't even know their name, don't have their number or anything. But let's continue further because check this out. What happens if left untreated?
If trichomoniasis is left untreated, it can lead to several complications, some of which can have significant health implications. 1. Increased risk of other STIs***. Untreated trichomoniasis can increase the risk of contracting or spreading other sexually transmitted infections, including HIV. The inflammation by the parasite can make it easier for other infections to be transmitted. 2. Complications in pregnancy***. In pregnant women, untreated trichomoniasis has been associated with preterm birth and low birth weight. It can also increase the risk of the baby being born prematurely. 3. Chronic symptoms***. Without treatment, symptoms such as vaginal discharge, irritation, and discomfort can persist, affecting quality of life and increasing discomfort during urination or sexual activity. 4. Increased susceptibility to pelvic inflammatory disease (PID***. Though less common, women who have untreated trichomoniasis may be at greater risk for PID, an infection of the female reproductive organs that can lead to infertility and chronic pelvic pain. 5. Potential impact on male reproductive health ***. While men are often asymptomatic, prolonged infection could lead to prostatitis, inflammation of the prostate gland, or infertility in rare cases. Timely diagnosis and treatment of trichomoniasis are important to avoid these complications and to prevent spreading the infection to sexual partners. The infection can be effectively treated with prescribed antibiotics, and symptoms often resolve once treatment is completed. Practicing safe sex, such as using condoms and ensuring regular STI screenings, can help manage and prevent trichomoniasis.
Come on! Now look at number 1, increased risk of other STIs. Untreated trichomoniasis can increase the risk of contracting or spreading other sexually transmitted infections, including HIV. So the more she withholds this information from her husband, instead of immediately getting him treated, the worse this disease is going to get. And if he ends up getting HIV from this disease, then she's gonna be in a pot of boiling hot water. If I were her, I'd stop being hesitant and tell him this shit so he could get treated before the shit gets worse. And I'm tired of talking. That being said, I said what I had to say. If you want to watch the Coffee Pods video in its entirety, I'll leave the link to the full video in the description box. Go check it out. Tell them JD Miles sent you. But that's all I gotta say on the matter. I'm done and I'm out this bitch. Later.